So, all right. So you're rebranding.
I did. Yeah. A few years back.
I don't know enough. Like I don't know much about the battle rap scene. You feel me? And I kind of want to know what, as like a member of the group, what do you bring from like the battle rap, like from that culture, from that scene? What do you bring to the group? Yeah, tell me a little bit about that scene. And I know it was interesting for you because if I had to keep it a buck and I was a battle rapper and I seen you, I'd be like, who is this? But then when you spit, you're out here spitting fire. So then it's like, oh.
Shut you up real quick.
Let me go turn around and go back to the lab before I try to step up here. You feel me? And anyways, that's my favorite type of thing when people they have like a preconceived notion of who you are or what you're doing.
Breaking stereotypes.
And then you come through and you're like eating them
That's my favorite shit.
Yeah,
that's my favorite shit.
That's the best. You feel me? But tell me about the battle rap scene, like how you got in that, and like bringing that over to B.A.G, bringing it to the bag.
For
sure. You
feel me? First of all, I love that you said that you loved when preconceived notions are broken, because I love that too. That's one of my biggest joys in life is to see people break stereotypes and to watch people's reactions of those broken stereotypes and to see how stuck people are, you know, in any direction, in any career, in any attitude. You know, when you see some shit that just breaks your mind open and it changes your whole perspective on everything. I love it because we as humans have this capacity to stay so small-minded and so stuck in our belief systems and our ways. And to expand that and to open it up is such a beautiful thing.
It's so important. And there's such a huge world out there and people are doing so many different things that it's like we just got to break the mold in every single way that we could. Like, it's very important, you know, and you guys challenge expectations together on so many different levels. But
definitely
battle rap.
Battle rap. I got you. So battle rapping, I grew up in San Francisco, California. I went to public school. I was very much influenced by the music around me and what I was listening to and the after school programs I went to. I had, you know, some beat making classes. I had poetry classes. I had, you know, hip hop classes. Like I had all these little resources through the public school system in San Francisco because it was such an artistic place. But
we didn't have it like that back home.
Very lucky, very fortunate. If I couldn't have been who I was, like if the culture of San Francisco didn't allow me to see examples of being different and standing out, and for it to be okay to be gay, and to see my friends with two moms or two dads, and you know, to see every walk of life be accepted, then I probably wouldn't be sitting here doing what I'm doing right now. Because I grew up in San Francisco, I feel extremely blessed to have learned to accept myself from a young age. Now, it wasn't easy, but it was a very, you know, that path was kind of already etched out for me, and so I'm very grateful for that. So because I grew up there and I had, you know, access to all these resources and was exposed, you know, to that to hip hop music at such a young age, it was pop music for me. You know, that was popular music. That was what all my classmates were listening to. That was what my classmates' parents were listening to. My parents had the radio station on hip hop music too. So battle rap started on the schoolyard in 7th grade for me. So I was like 11, 12, and you know, cats were in a circle battle rapping each other. And one day I had written poems in my notebook, and I had, you know, probably never read them to anybody. I can't really remember if I did or not, but that was an outlet for me, was those that notebook and that poetry that I put in that notebook. And cats were battling, and I was like, I bet you if I tried to do that, I could probably do it. And I don't know how I got the courage, but one day I jumped in the circle, you know, on the schoolyard, and I won. And then I won again. And then I won again. And then I kept winning.
Taking their lunch money.
Right.
I watched their brains break open with that moment of broken stereotype. When they were like, who is this little tomboy ass, like misfit, weirdo white girl jumping in here and just eating cats, you know? And that extended on through for a very long time until I was in Santa Cruz going to community college out there, and I was at a party and I was freestyling. I hadn't battled in a long time, since probably middle school, but I was freestyling, and this kid was like, you know, millions and millions of people watch battle raps online. And I was like, I had no idea. And just like you said, you don't know much about that world. It's like an online niche community of people that love battle raps and that are into the culture. And so, you know, this kid was like, let's get you into these battle raps. and he turned out to be a prominent battle rapper. I didn't know. Like, I had no
Word.
idea. And
Yeah.
he was very popular online for his battle raps. So he set up a battle rap for me. There wasn't a lot of girls doing it. There was close to 0 girls doing it at the
Right.
time. This was back in, like, I want to say this is like 10 years ago. So 2010, yeah, 2010ish, and there wasn't a lot of girls in it. Now there's tons, which is awesome, you know. Let's go, power in numbers, right? But because there wasn't, it made it easier for me to stand out online, and that was really dope.
Yep.
So my shit started to move. People got to know my name through battle rap.
Yep.
As Oblimy.
Oblimy.
Yeah, you know, we were in a very different era then. So
Yep.
when you watch that, keep that in mind. When you're looking those up, keep
That was
in
10
mind.
years ago, y'all.
Right. This was pre-cancel culture. Thank God,
Thank
man.
God,
It was
because like
easier to breathe.
a lot of people, everyone says
true.
that now. It's like, yo, thank God, things have changed, because
Right.
social media, we would have been
Right.
Out of here.
up and out.
Yeah.
But it's it's a comedy thing, and it's a camaraderie thing, and it's an understanding. So we were going in understanding that we were gonna say the worst fucking things that we could,
Worst thing, like
the
you
worst
were gonna
possible
say,
things that we could about
you
each
get
other.
at mamas, get at looks,
Right.
get at the stereotypes. That's battle. Like from what I do know,
That's just the sport.
It's raw. We're out
It's
here
sport.
hungry, and we're gonna say whatever we have to say.
Right. And
Exactly.
what it taught me to bring to this group, and what it brought to this group, is that because I did that, because my skin was thickened, because I went and battled in the Bronx and in Brooklyn many times, and I went in, I flew out there by myself
I'd love to
and
see
stood on that
that.
stage
I'd love
by
to see
myself, you know, and did the thing. Like, I paid my dues. I proved myself.
Facts.
And I wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I can't lie. Trust me. There was moments where my heart was racing out of my goddamn chest. But I went and I followed through, and I stood there, and I knew that I was gonna walk out of there either on people's shoulders, or, you know, sometimes I thought I might walk out in a casket, but I had to take that risk.
Either way,
you know,
like,
I had to do it because
You gotta defeat the fear. You can't let the fear defeat you.
Right.
Whether you make it or break it, like at least you did it. You know.
Exactly.
Obviously, you didn't let fear stop you from doing what you do, and now we're over here. B.A.G.
being the realest we can. And from that experience,
Exactly.
Method Man found me. So he found the battle raps, and he sought me out and
Which is
brought me onto the TV show Drop the Mic on TBS, which is like a celebrity battle rap show. And because of that, you know, I can never look down or back on my battle rap experience and be like, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Because it brought me to meeting him. We did the song Hot Damn, which changed my life essentially, you know, along with Come Correct coming out. Those two things happening in tandem really changed my life.
How far apart are those tracks?
Those releases?
Yeah, those releases.
3 months.
3 months. Wow.
Yeah.
So shit popped off
Yeah,
quickly.
it was like bang bang, and then, you know, Meth actually gave me his blessing to throw G.A.B on the remix of that, which isn't out yet. So that's coming.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hot Damn Gotta Live. That's a song that just sounds classic. Shouts
It's
out to the
nice.
producers,
The
Louis and
video's
Cam.
dope.
Yeah, so it's gotta live, and Gabby's gotta get on it, because I don't know anybody else that loves Method Man and, you know, is a bigger Wu-Tang fan
my
than
guy.
Gabby.
Like, I
So
gotta
It's
do
my
it.
guy.
You have the
Meth Man
tattoo
and
on
Gabby.
your
Yeah,
hand.
yeah,
That
yeah.
peeps,
It's
that
branded
peeps.
on me.
it made all the sense
Did
in
you
the
guys
world.
record it already?
Oh yeah.
It's done.
It's ready.
Yeah.
It's
been
yeah.
done.
So what you guys waiting for?
Timing.
Timing is
Timing.
it's all about timing, right?
It is.
It'll be on the album.
Okay, the album coming soon. I love you guys. Challenge expectations. We have a black girl from Seattle, battle rapper from the Bay. You feel me? Obviously challenging expectations as you guys are. You feel me? You're gay, right? That's always like that comes with its ground, and we're out here, you know, breaking barriers every single day. So it's so important to see two people come together who are like full representation of themselves, where they come from, and they do it flawlessly, and fucking they beast. They spit. You guys are spitters. We don't have spitters nowadays.
Thank you.
They're not out here like that. You know? So like when I come across spitters and they are, you know, breaking barriers down,
Yeah.
it's so important. We need this.
Very
We need
much.
this. Now
Very
I know the
much.
story's out there, but every time I came up to it, I just wanted to hear it from you guys, because the story's out there. I know it's a thing. Every
already
time I
know
got
what
to
you
that
finna
point in the
ask.
interview, I was like, let me shut this off, because I want to hear it
Go
from
ahead,
y'all.
go ahead
How did
and
you guys
ask it.
meet, and like why does it make sense for you guys? Like, obvious two different walks of life. You feel
Totally.
me? We're all creatives, so creatives, we like to collaborate if it's right, but how did y'all get together? You feel me? How the fuck did that happen? And it's so nice.
You
It's like,
always tell it way better than me.
Where's
You
my
go
blind?
off into
Where's
a
my
tandem.
gifted gab?
Oh, shit.
No, I'm just like
You know what? They're out there. All of the Blimes to your gifted Gabs are out there. All of the gifted Gab to your Blimes are out there. You just got to take a risk, man. Go out there and meet somebody. Take a stab. One of us added each other on Facebook. We don't know which one. Maybe it's Facebook. Maybe it's Instagram. Maybe it's Snapchat. Maybe you reach out to that person you think is doing something really cool, and you holler at them and you say, "I think what you're doing is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I think what you're doing is really dope." One of us did it.
Okay.
We don't know which one. We can't
Right.
remember. We can't recall. We're both too cool to remember.
Too many
Right.
DMs to go
Right.
down and
Yeah,
see where
who
it
knows?
starts.
But we made friends on Facebook, and I came to town. I came to Seattle on working on a documentary. I was a camera person on a documentary, and I was like, we should finally meet up. You know, we should finally kick it. And she said, yeah. Gabby said, meet me up. And was the best host ever. Best, most welcoming host ever. She showed me all over Seattle.
Of course.
We kicked it in Capitol Hill a lot that day. And Gabby, everybody knew Gabby. She was the mayor of Seattle.
Yeah.
Like literally every corner we turned, somebody was like, Gab, Gab. All the restaurants, like all the shops were like, you need a coffee? You want to come get a shirt? Pick out a shirt. You need a cupcake? Somebody gave us cupcakes. Like
we did get
we were
cupcakes.
walking down the street just like,
Shouts out to Cupcake Royale.
we had all the shit, you know, and I was like, damn, I'm kicking it with the right person. Like,
Right.
I'm so glad I took a risk and said what's up. I'm so glad that we became friends. I'm so glad that I'm getting to experience Seattle from her eyes. That was tight as
nice
fuck.
person to see Seattle. Like,
Yeah.
nice, you know, perspective right there for sure.
And
Definitely.
then craziness ensued that night that
What happened?
cemented our bond for
What
all
happened?
of eternity. We went to a party at 95
What did you
Slide.
guys have to
R.I.P.
beat up?
95 Slide.
Did you beat somebody up?
We're getting there.
We did.
I want
rest the
details.
story.
Come on.
We did scrap. Scrapping did ensue.
Scrap ensued, yeah.
A scrap ensued.
A kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle, if you will. And let me just say,
Who the fuck is fucking with you guys?
Someone who shan't not.
I may have instigated the situation. I was drinking a lot that night. I was just meeting Gabby and her friends for the first time. I might have showed up and showed out just a little bit. But, you know, I'm not going to put all the details on here because we're writing a TV show, and you might just get to see all of the details come to life on the screen.
Oh,
That's right.
wait, y'all. TV
We'll get to
show.
that.
We'll get to that. Okay, okay.
But a scrap ensued. At one point, my bun was got, and there was a knee to my face, and I didn't even know Gabby had hopped out of the car, and I looked up, and she jumped in and had my back.
100.
And
100.
this person's boyfriend at one point tried to jump into the fight when he no longer could take watching it, and from the crowd of people that had formed around us, somebody yelled, "Not Gabby, dink!" and punches the boyfriend in the face. And I said, I am with the goddamn mayor of Seattle.
Yeah, fact.
I am never not being in Seattle without gifted Gab next to me. And you know, the rest of the details will
They're
come
really
in
happy.
time.
That's it. Not
But
Gabby.
we dapped each other up. We, you know, she
Went and
put her
got
earrings
tacos.
back in, and
Right.
we went and got tacos. You know, and that was the night. That was the night we met.
And it,
First night ever.
Sealed the deal between you
Right here,
two.
brother.
Right. Literally knew nothing about her. I mean, other than what we chopped it up about like that day.
Well, two responses to that story. One, whenever you, like, that's how I am. If you're rolling with me and something goes down, we're all, like, it's
we
all
all-
of our problem.
Yeah.
You feel me? I feel like there's not, like, you don't get that sense of realness from people.
People
Yeah.
are shit.
I mean, that's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how, I mean, I'm sure Blimes was raised. That's how I was raised. Like, if you're out, like, with your cousins or something, and they get into a fight, and they are the only ones beat up when they come home, everybody getting their ass whipped. Like, so we might as well just all get beat up together then
Exactly.
if that's how it's going to be. So, yeah, like, if you're, you know, even just like the buddy system, like,
The buddy system.
yeah, like don't just
y'all
be
go to the
wandering
bathroom
away,
together.
bro. Just tell me where you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's just how, you know, that's just how we were raised. You got to look out for your folks.
What a story. That's how you know
It
it's a
was.
real one. Like, after that, I was like, okay, we got to hit the studio. We're a real group right here.
You know what? The cold part is not even.
No.
Not
what-
even right
what
away.
happened
Even
next?
after that, we didn't even Come Correct was the first song that we ever made together. And that was like months and months down the line. Like we were just kind of...
Obviously, you guys were inspired by the situation. Like, Come Correct, you seen what happened to the last bit.
Honestly, that is the energy we came with on Come Correct. We will beat you up energy.
Literally. That's the only memory we have at that point.
That's the only material we had to write about.
And it definitely changed the course of our lives. So I wouldn't change that night for nothing. It was a fun night.
I like nights like that, and you guys could go and eat tacos after that, and like laugh about what.
And nothing better than watching like a good fight. Like boxing and MMA, love that stuff. You know, I love.
Fight the other night?
Huh?
You watched the fight the other night?
I didn't. We had the show.
Oh yeah,
we had the show. Yeah,
it was kind of.
I heard it was wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, I seen the recaps, but watching like I said before, if the night ain't in a fight, it's just not fun. Right. Whether I'm the one fighting or watching it, it's just kind of that exhilarating feeling to see a contact sport sport like that.
We're in an era where everybody fights behind their keyboards. Like, it's refreshing to me to see people actually take it into their own
people
hands,
don't do that
if you
anymore.
will.
It just doesn't happen. Everybody's out here flexing on Twitter and arguing behind the scenes, but
fake.
I'd rather somebody come up and tell me to my face, like, yo, I don't like what you did. I don't like this. I don't. Be straight up, because like now, someone told me the other day, it's like, oh, your enemies are really your friends, because they're the ones that are going to tell you to your face.
Wow.
Right. I don't agree with the enemies being the friends type
right,
thing, but I
but just more real than
direct.
More direct. Yeah, I totally. I think if more people got punched in the face, I think the world would be a lot better place. Honestly,
I agree.
You could tell that not many people have either ever actually got punched in the face. Like, if you've gotten punched in the face, it kind of changes like your outlook on a lot of things. Like, you think you know what to expect, but like everybody think that they Ronda Rousey till they get punched in the mouth. So. It's just one of those things. I think that more people need to get punch people in the face 2020. Like, I'm really, honestly, I don't care how that sounds. That's really how I feel.
This fabric of authenticity, that's facts. Like, facts. Off the bat. Like,
period.
Get held accountable.
That's the thing.
That's
people
all it is.
aren't like, there's no accountability.
None.
These days.
Zero.
And if you don't have accountability in self, you're not going to have accountability in your craft. You're not going to have accountability in your relationships. You're not going to have accountability across the board. And that's like what's lacking in this like digital age, where it's like you could just say whatever you want and let it go and think that, or like send out any energy that you want and not think that it's going to come back. Karma, that bitch is gonna hold you accountable for whatever you do.
Always. And being in a group together holds us accountable. We are looking in a mirror. We are reflecting each other constantly. So we get to help each other elevate day by day.
Yeah.
And that's that authenticity has been the fabric of our group from that night. We were there. We were about our shit. We talked the shit. We stood up with the shit, right? And then we've carried that through and through. So it's all been organic. That night, the night we met, the bond that we solidified as sisters that night was, forever. And then when Come Correct happened, that was completely organic. We didn't have marketing. We didn't have a push. We didn't think it was going to be shit. We didn't have a budget. We didn't have shit.
You just literally just put it up.
And
we just posted it. That was it. Went to sleep, woke up, and that's what it was.
And every opportunity that's come to us has been completely organic. Nothing contrived. Nothing contrived. And that's what we want to move forward with. And when you you look at us and you see authenticity, we never want that to change.
Never.
Right. And it makes everything easier. Like, even in this game, and like, the career choice we're in, like, it's always going to have its ups and downs, and more often downs. Like, the ups are usually very short-lived. Yeah. So, what I'm saying? You kind of have to have that tough skin and kind of just have to be very optimistic about things they're just gonna have to get better. Like, what I'm saying? But it makes it easier when you're just hella authentic, because you don't really, what I'm saying? Like, I've turned down way more money and opportunities than I've gotten, and I don't lose a wink of sleep over it, because it just wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for, I guess, depending on what your intentions are by doing music, for some people, they might have to like really ponder on, like, do I really want to do, like, am I gonna like, just kind of like drop all my morals? Am I, what I'm saying? You're gonna have to like let something slide. But like, for me, like, it's a no-brainer. Like if it's just not, you know, if it like just fucks with my spirit, then I just really, that's easy for me to be like, no, and I'm not even gonna think about it again and be like, damn, I probably should have. Nah, it wasn't for me.
But like I said, we're lacking in this age where it's just like people don't even know themselves.
Yeah,
so
facts.
Like, they can't even like hit the nail on the head when it comes to their crafts or their dreams because they don't know what's going on. But when you're a creative and you know exactly who you are, how you're moving, excuse me, those decisions and like those, you know, the choices that you have to make towards success, it's a lot easier because you could always, like, if I might not be able to bank on that deal, on this collaboration, on that project, but I could bank on myself. And I know that despite what happens over there, I'm going to.
Right, and I stood, you know what I'm saying? I didn't sway or I didn't, you know what I'm saying, let money or influence like overpower me or, you know, change the way that I am as a person. I think that's way more valuable than anything because, you know, somebody's going to recognize that and be like, I respect that way more, you know what I'm saying? So that has always like kind of just how I've gotten to where I am just by making those type of decisions and just going with what, you know, my gut.
Right, and that's always much more valuable at the end of the day.
Always.
You feel me? Like at the end of the like you're gonna sit there and look if you sold out or if, you know, your authentic self.
And it helps when you're good. I tell people that all the time. People be asking me like, so how do you know what I'm saying? And I'm the worst person to ask that advice because I'm like, be good. Like first, be good. So work on being good. When you're good, you know what I'm saying, then everything falls into place and then you can work on that. But like you have to be good.
Right.
And what Bennett said earlier, quality.
Yeah.
Quality.
That's from off top. Whenever any young artist asks me, you know, how I've gotten to where I've gotten, or if I have any advice, I say put out quality stuff.
Yeah, put out quality stuff and then learn the business, man.
Yeah, facts.
That's
learn
important.
the damn business.
Very confusing in the music industry.